Forest game. It's finished 2-1 to Forest. Big result for Forest down at the London Stadium. Great game. Well, it was an awful game, actually. The referee was dreadful, but we'll come to that in a moment. We're here now for Arsenal against Newcastle. Again, another big game at the top of the table. Can Newcastle secure Champions League football? A win here goes a long way to doing that, but they have to do so without Alexander Isak, their star player. No Alexander Isak. I wonder if he can get the job done, or if Newcastle can get the job done without them. But we are coming up to about 60 seconds away from kickoff, so I do just want to say a big thank you first and foremost to our sponsors, Match Bingo. Match Bingo are sponsoring Premier League Dad on every single live we do to the end of the 2024-25 season. They're a wonderful new app, a genius new app that combines all the excitement of live sports and football betting with all the fun and excitement you'd associate with a game of bingo. The way that it works is you buy a bingo card and you'll have 15 random events on your bingo card, and it'll say things like corner to Arsenal, free kick to Newcastle, right? And you buy that bingo card, and as you get a line or 2 lines or a full house, you will get prizes. You'll get cash. £200,000, over £200,000 has been paid out by Match Bingo to over 10,000 UK players. And it's growing really quickly. And right now, if you go and deposit £5, set up your account, download the app, deposit £5, you get £10 free. Go and check it out. Absolutely brilliant app. Really great guys as well at Match Bingo. And with that, we are live. So let's go. Arsenal against Newcastle, live from the Emirates. It's on Sky Sports if you're watching. And do we think that Newcastle get the job done here? What do we think? I am very much torn. Oh, the referee's now got to go over and just make sure he's got his his pack, his battery pack, I think, all hooked up. They've kicked it off anyway. I think that was the 4th official. But they're off. We're off and underway. No Alexander Isak. Arsenal versus Newcastle. I wonder why Isak hasn't been included today. There's a lot of rumours that Isak has been left out due to certain reasons. Maybe he's told Newcastle he wants to leave the club. Lots of rumours about that. What do we think to that? Of course, it's the old groin strain that the club have gone with. That's why it is. It's nothing to do with anything else. But we've certainly seen that happen before. Right, okay, we're nearly live. Well, we are live. We're live on everything, but you know what I mean. West Ham United 1, Nottingham Forest 2 is what it finished in the previous game. Awful referee in that game. Truly awful referee, I've got to say. And it was Everton 2, Southampton 0 in the earlier game. Yeah, so we're live again for this one. Let me know what you're thinking. Adam464AD, who can afford Isak? I think there's quite a few. Yeah, I think we could see Real Madrid potentially coming in for Isak, or Barcelona. Barcelona will need him. I think that Lewandowski will be going at some point in the near future. So wouldn't surprise me at all if Barcelona or Real Madrid came in. Maybe if Rodrigo's going, that could happen. Yeah, let's do the lineups as well. By the way, I forgot to tell you the lineups for this one. Obviously, you know that Isak isn't playing, but all the others. It's Fulham 3-2 now against Brentford. By the way, Fulham have turned that round. They were 2-0 down, or 2-1 down, and Brentford missed a penalty. But now Tom Kearney and Harry Wilson have scored 2 in 2 minutes to turn that one around. Arsenal against Newcastle. We've got Arsenal's is David Raya. Ben White at right back, Saliba and Kivior in the middle, Lewis Skelly on the left, Odegaard, Partey and Rice in midfield with Saka, Trossard and Martinelli up front. For Newcastle, it's Pope in goal, Byrne, Botman, Shah and Livramento at the back, Tonali, Bruno and Murphy in midfield with Gordon, Barnes and Callum Wilson. Up front, no Isak. That's not good. Not very good at all for Newcastle. As I say, we are live, by the way, over on YouTube. If you do want to go and check it out, we are over on YouTube. We're on Twitch, we're on X, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. We're on all the other places that you love on social media. And we're bringing you more lives than any other football channel, any other football fan channel. More live watch-alongs than anyone else. Guaranteed on this channel. So if you love watch-alongs, if you love watching games from different leagues, and that's your thing, then yeah, give us a follow. Here's Arsenal down the right-hand side. Good chance. Good block, that. Really good tackle. There's a claim for the handball against Dan Burn there, but you're not going to get it. It was Ben White who got in down the right-hand side. Are Arsenal wearing their new kit? Surely not. I think he'd have been offside anyway. Yeah, you're not getting handball for that. You're not getting handball for that. Right, it's going to be a corner. Callum, Arsenal in their new strip. Arsenal will make them bleed. Isaac having kebabs with Arteta, bro. Callum, weird formation. Got Newcastle 3 back with 2 wing backs. Well, that's, yeah, certainly how they've been. Allegedly, that's how they're setting up with Sky, but I'm not sure. I think it's just going to be a traditional 4-3-3, and that is how it looks to be, the way that they're setting up. Although, Callum Wilson's running in behind there, behind Saliba. Good play by Callum Wilson. Really good play. Good strength. And that's going to be... No, Callum Wilson did really well there. Really, really well. And Arsenal win it back. Throw into Newcastle. Barca can't afford, and Madrid too many forwards. I think Barca could afford. Yeah, I think Barca could afford him. Especially if they make some sales. I mean, there's rumours about Frenkie going. The problem with Barca is that they've kind of... Oh, that was a little bit naughty. Nah, you're not getting anything for that. JJ Mills. I don't think Forest deserve Champions League. They've been sort of found out. I think I agree with you there, JJ. Yeah, I think it's going to boil down to, isn't it? Oh, Newcastle are in. Oh, cleared away. Very nearly 1-0 Newcastle. Still there at the edge of the area. Chance. Standing up. Shots. Cleared away by Arsenal. Oh my God, it was very nearly 1-0 to Newcastle there. Goodness gracious me. Yeah, JJ, I think Forest have been pretty poor today, to be honest. And even at 2-0 up and West Ham desperately trying to throw the game away, it feels like they let them back in. They opened the door and let them back in. I was really surprised with how Forest played once they went 2-0 up. I mean, they got a gift. The first goal was an absolute gift. And I still thought they were quite fortunate today against West Ham. So, yeah, look, I think they've got Chelsea the final day. Chelsea, Forest, maybe Newcastle if they lose this one. But Chelsea, Forest, Villa, maybe City as well if they don't beat Bournemouth. Villa, City could draw against Bournemouth. We'll see what happens there. We're going to be live for that one. But going into the final game of the season, I think we might have 5 teams separated by 1 point. 5 teams separated by 1 point. That's what I think we're going to see with the league table come the end of the season. And if that is the case, then, I mean, Newcastle could still miss out on Champions League football. Villa could still get it. Forest could still get it. It could well be down to who wins on the final day between Forest and Chelsea. David Reyes had an absolute shocker there. Just give the ball away. He kind of did what Alphonse Areola did in the West Ham game. Reece the PT, come on Arsenal. Yeah, I'm rooting for Arsenal a little bit in this one as well. Well, I'm not rooting for them. I just think they will win it. Callum, it can't be. There's Livramento, Shah, Botman, Burn, Murphy. No, I think it's Burn on the right or Burn on the left. Livramento on the right, and Shah and Botman in the centre. Murphy playing more as a central midfielder almost, an extra body in that midfield alongside Tonali and Bruno. That's what it looks like to me anyway, the way that they're lining up. They're going almost player for player against Arsenal. Reece, the new Arsenal kit is beautiful. Don't look any different to me. Did Forest win? Yes, they won 2-1. 2-1. Wasn't a particularly deserving win, but they won. 24, Shillock Boy. Has Rice been fouled yet? I'm counting on your commentary, bro. Okay, I'll let you know if Rice is fouled. He hasn't been fouled yet, mate. No, he hasn't been fouled. No skill Aaron. Fulham, wow. I know, yeah. Yeah, Fulham nicking it. Turning it round. Here's Arsenal getting into the opposition penalty area for a change. Party. Good block from Tonali there. Feels like the game's just started to find its rhythm now. Feels like we're starting to get, Arsenal are picking the ball up and getting a lot more on the ball, a bit more possession. Newcastle are starting to sit deeper. They've regressed into more of a 5-4-1 type of shape. Gary Glitter, Newcastle will get Champions League. A draw is good for Newcastle. Yeah, a draw's fine for Newcastle here. Draw's no problem for Newcastle here, unless you also draw in the final game of the season against Everton. But something tells me I think it'll be a defeat here for Newcastle, and then I think a draw against Everton on the final day could be enough to maybe cost Newcastle those Champions League spots. There's still, like I say, it's still so tight. I don't think any fan of any of those teams, whether you're a Chelsea fan, a Villa fan, a Forest fan, a Newcastle fan, or even a City fan at this point, the way that City played in the cup final, all of those teams, I think you're looking at it and going, I really don't know if we're going to be able to secure Champions League football. It's so tight. There's literally, it might even come down to goal difference. Here's Trossard. Oh, that's handball. That's handball. That should be handball and a penalty, referee. No, he's not giving it. Reese, 5-0 Arsenal, come on. 8-0 Arsenal. Gary Glitter, lose. We'll be okay, but got to beat Everton. Unknown, up the tune. Up the tune. Ball into the channel from Newcastle there. And they got forward, little pass into the centre. Gordon with a lovely flick and a good save from David Raya. That's well worked from Newcastle, much better. Reese, I hate Newcastle as an SAFC fan, but Conference League is probably best for them or Europa League. Yeah, I was going to say, I think if they go in the Champions League, they'll get a beating. They're not quite a Champions League side. I actually think Villa are a better side than Newcastle, if I'm dead honest with you. I mean, strip Isak out of the side. They're a better side, Villa. Here's Odegaard. It's poor. It's going to go behind for the throw-in. It's gone behind for the throw. Not gone behind. It's gone out for the throw-in, sorry. Here's White. Back to Saliba. Saka. Callum Saliba is actually so mediocre without Gabriel. I wouldn't say he's mediocre, but I think the fact that Arsenal play in such a rigid low block anyway, they don't take a lot of chances, and then you add in the fact that that's a great ball in, unlucky. Yeah, and then you add in the fact that you've got two big, physical, fast, pacey centre-backs. I don't think Saliba's like elite. I don't think he's like Van Dijk's successor or anything like that. I've never been mega impressed with Saliba when I've watched him play. Reece, Ipswich are better than Newcastle. Here we go. Martinelli, good little turn there. Gets into the box. Chance. Oh, just wide from Arsenal. I think it's going to be a corner. It was Trossard, actually. It wasn't Martinelli. Did really well there, actually. Really well. Good play from Arsenal. Very good play down that right-hand side. 24 Chirot boy Saliba is class, but his legs are too long. Right, Saka with the corner here for Arsenal. Ball into the box, flicked on, unlucky. It's gone. You want the animations, you need to go over to YouTube and search Premier League Dad. Here we go, corner to Arsenal yet again. Saka whips it in, plays it short actually. Back to Saka. Edge of the area for Odegaard. Rolls head. Skies it. Absolutely skies it. Reese, any chance we can relegate Newcastle and just have Saturday to piss up with both of us going up? Looking forward to Saturday, actually. Sunderland against Sheffield United. I think it's going to be a very, very good game. I fancy Sheffield United to go up, sadly. I would rather Sunderland, but I think it will be Sheffield United. The way they've been playing recently, anyway. Reese, I am very stuck on how we're going to set up. SAFC at way worse than NUFC mush. Ball into the box from Newcastle, and it's cleared away. It's going to be a... Is it going to be a corner? No, well done by Kirior. Clears it away for the throw-in. Good play. Yeah, why are people going so nuts over that Arsenal kit? That is literally the same kit that they've had for years. Nothing different about that. I mean, that's just a standard Arsenal kit. Red centre, white sleeves, job done. The design for Arsenal kits over the years has been about as bland as you can get. Oh, Newcastle driving forward. Good shot. Oh, what a save from David Raya. What a save that is. Harvey Barnes getting forward, just running at the Arsenal back four. And he just had a shot. Big, big deflection off Thomas Partey. And it was going bottom corner. That needed saving. It needed saving, all right. Big deflection. Good save, that David Raya. Very good save. Jose Feliciano Delci. Who's going to win? Barca and Villarreal. I think it's going to be Barca. Maybe Barca draw. Don't know. They've already got the title, so who knows? Who knows? Here we go. Conceding from corners. Arsenal, Premier League ranked first. Oh, they face more corners than the other team. Right. Chance. Gone behind. It's another corner. Arsenal have conceded more corners than any. Ben, Mike keeps cutting out, mate. Does it really? Does it really? On YouTube or TikTok, Ben? YouTube or TikTok? Arsenal and City never changed style, really. Same with Chelsea recently. Right, Tonali with a corner. Ball into the box. Oh, great save. Could be two. Oh, no. Oh, it's absolutely scrappy in the 6-yard box. Very nearly that. Very nearly a goal for Newcastle. It was a header. I'm not sure who it was who actually got it on target, but it was a good save from David Raya. Newcastle in again here. Callum Wilson. Chance. Corner again. Corner again. Both of these are having really good goals. Who was it who hit it on target? Dan Burn? Yeah, Dan Burn. Good header from Raya. And then he clears it away with his feet on the line, David Raya. Newcastle. Unbelievable. Anyone else having that issue? Mike is fine. Must be you, Ben. Must be you. Chirot boy saying it's fine. I'm assuming if it's fine for him, it must be fine for everyone. I don't know. Mike seems to be working okay. Reese, it's the best. It's because we're the best team in the Prem with a red kit key. Red and white. Rhymes with. Daniel, Mike is cutting. Oh no, don't say that. Don't say it's cutting. Right, hang on a second. Let me just listen. Let me just listen. I'll try and see if I can actually get a hold on this. I want to confirm that it is actually cutting out. Trying to listen now and see. How are Arsenal's second man? I know. Shocking, aren't they? turn it on and off. Well, I've got a little. I can mute it and it can come back on. It's working fine for me. It's not cutting out for me. I think you two have got dodgy internet. It's not cutting out for me. Go back 4 minutes and listen from then. All right, go on. I'll go back 4 minutes. Substub, it's fine for me. Cheers, Substub. I'm listening 4 minutes ago here. No cutouts. No cutouts. Turned on and off and it's fine. Okay. Right, well I'm calling it to you guys then. I'm calling it to you guys then. NW Transport, Evan McGlynn, it's fine. It might be, to be fair, Evan, it might be on there because that's TikTok. This is, there's another camera just over this way, which is YouTube and Twitch and everywhere else. That's where everyone else is watching me, where you're seeing other comments coming in from. So yeah, the TikTok's probably the easiest one to do, but YouTube is a lot easier, a lot more complex. NW Transport, my local team might secure Europe tonight. Who's that? Toby Kroger, Bielefeld, Tricot. Well, Bielefeld are going to be hopefully winning in the Stuttgart game, the DFB Pokal final. Seems okay. All right, cheers, Daniel. Thank you. Are you going to watch the Welsh Premier League playoff? No. In short, no. Purely because it's probably going to be conflicting with other games that we're doing. We're pretty much back to back for the next week and a half, 2 weeks. Carnarvon. Oh, Carnarvon. Okay. Carnarvon Town. I used to know someone who played for Carnarvon. Well, I didn't used to know him. I'd still know him. I know someone who used to play for Carnarvon Town. He only played for a very short time, mind. I don't think you'd know him. But lovely guy. Right, it's finished. Leicester 2, Ipswich 0. That one's done and dusted. 5:10 p.m. tonight. Oh, well, then definitely not. No, I was going to say this one's still going to be going on. Arsenal against Newcastle, so there's no way it's going to be going on tonight. Evan McGlynn, YouTube is even like 2 seconds behind. It's amazing. There you go. Thanks for coming across, Evan. I appreciate it. If you want to support the channel and you are planning on watching and sticking with us on TikTok, it does massively help if you migrate to YouTube. We are really growing. We're very near to 5,000 subs as well on YouTube, by the way. Daniel, who's the most famous person you know? Don't really know anyone famous, if I'm dead honest with you. Maybe Johnny Vegas. That's not even, I don't know him. I don't even know him. I just kind of know of him if you're in St Helens. 24 Rock Boy, I used to play for Blackburn Academy and I played against Angel Gomez when he was a kid. Oh, right, okay. Nice. NCL Leighton, can you show us the match, please? I can't, mate. If I show you the match, the channel gets banned. So I'd love to. I really would love to, but I can't. Reece Crowshaw, I used to know the fame is getting to your head. I know, mate. I know. The dizzy heights. Daniel, is Angel still the same height? Newcastle playing very, very well here defensively, I've got to say, and they've created some real chances going forward. I don't think Arsenal have been playing particularly well. 24 shit up, boy, you think you're good till you come across these mad players. Yeah, I was gonna say. I remember we, we played a game, and it had. I mean, I'm going back some years now. I'm going back some years, and it was like I was about maybe 14, 15. And I think there was some really like young Liverpool schoolboys who were playing in that team, and it was like Jay Spearing, like Craig Linfield, all that, and they absolutely battered us. Absolutely battered us. Ben White got into the box. He's claiming a penalty here. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Might be. Might be. Dan Burn goes in for this, and he doesn't get anything on the ball. No, you're not getting a pen for that. Don't be silly. That's a dive. That's another dive. Another dive from Ben White. Ridiculous. Daniel, I was better than James Maddison in school. What, at maths? At maths or English or science? Everything including football. Nice. Ball down the right-hand side for Newcastle. Cleared away. Christ, is Anthony Gordon ever not off the floor? Very rarely see him do anything where he's not on the floor. Callum, no Griezmann and Jimenez dropped and Barrios injured for the Atleti game, right? This has got an end of a season feel about it, this game. Quality hasn't been there, I don't think, for either of these two. Thank you for whoever's just lit up the old gifts in the gift gallery or whatever that means in TikTok. Thank you very much. Appreciated. Ball's played forward. Here's Anthony Gordon. Getting into the box. Chance. Oh, it's a great cross. It's a great cross. And I tell you what, that's really poor. There's got to be a player arriving there in the far post. Really, really poor. Cheers, FM, no casuals. Top guy. Scott Grice, what happens for City on the table if this ends in a draw, pal? Nothing, really, if I'm honest. There's not really an awful lot that happens at all. I think Newcastle are above City anyway. Arsenal are above City. City have got a game in hand on both of these. So if it does finish a draw, then, yeah, it's, you know, that's just kind of how the cookies crumbled, I guess. City need to beat Bournemouth, and then they need to beat Fulham at Craven Cottage on the final day. So a couple of tricky games for City to end the season with. Ed Rosenthal, Newcastle win. I'm not sure. I still think it's going to be an Arsenal win, this one. Here's Declan Rice flying forward. Shot from distance. Too easy. Easy peasy that for Nick Pope. Straight down his throat. Right, it's finished. Brentford 2, Fulham 3. What an unbelievable game that was, by the way. Brentford getting a penalty, missing a penalty, going 2-1 up, and Fulham coming back to winning 3-2. Reece Cranshaw, did you hear about the story behind Palace's tifo yesterday? If not, you should look it up. Casual, I don't think Poznan want the lead. Are Poznan losing? Are Poznan actually losing? Don't say that. I've got Poznan to win as well. Yeah, I will have a little look, actually. I've not seen the story about Palace's tifo. To be honest, I didn't even know what a tifo was up until about 3 weeks ago. when Arsenal did the horrific one. When Arsenal did that stupid cannon thing, that was the first time I'd even heard the word tifo. All of a sudden now it's it's a super popular thing, isn't it? Everyone wants a good tifo. Callum, I feel this will be a draw. Surprised Arsenal haven't started stronger. I thought with no Alexander Isak we would see Arsenal really go for the throat here. Daniel, who do you think has been the better team so far? It's been Newcastle, hasn't it? It has. First half hour, it's been Newcastle. I'm really surprised, to be honest. I really thought that Newcastle would come here and struggle and really kind of be up against it, but actually they've dealt with Arsenal really well the other end. They've gone forward and they've been quite unlucky not to take the lead in a couple of opportunities. That's really good play by Martinelli. He's running forward. Nick Pope comes out and does very, very well to clear it. Good play, that. Good starting position from Nick Pope there. He was miles out of his box and he just about got to it. Really, really good. Right, here's Saka on the right-hand side. Saka gets into the box. Pulls it back. Chance. Cleared behind for a corner. 24, Chirac boy. The real Arsenal fans cannot afford a ticket. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't just mean Arsenal fans. That's pretty much... That's everyone, That's everyone. Modern football for you. Callum, Arsenal acting as if they're guaranteed second. Well, if they lose today, Christ, the way we saw Southampton play against Everton today, there's no way if they keep it down to single figures against Arsenal, they'll have done well. The irony of Kane winning top scorer and the trophy being a cannon is so funny. Right, Ben White is going to launch this. What was the point of that? Arsenal changed the thrower just so they could take it short. And now Trossard's won a corner. Right, one sec. Get the old camera repositioned, one sec. There you go, that's what we wanted. Good cross in, cleared away, it's going to be another corner. How many corners have we had in this game already? Feels like we've had loads. Arsenal suck. Well, to be honest, they've all been pretty poor in this one so far. There's only been the keepers I've been impressed by in this game. It's another corner to Arsenal. Saka, left-footed, he's about to swing this one in. Good cross, cleared away. Looks like it's going to go behind for another corner. Does it? Yeah. Daniel, £60 a ticket today. It's kind of that again. That's like the bog standard price now. It's ridiculous, but it's supply and demand, isn't it? It's supply and demand, and it's all going to, players' wages and all that sort of thing. So. Saka, that's poor. Poor again from Arsenal, not so good. Daniel, do you think Wanyeri gets minutes today? He should do, shouldn't he? Yeah, he should do. Havertz is there on the bench. Named in the matchday squad for the first time since February. But yeah, Wanyeri, I don't know what is going on with Wanyeri. I don't know why he didn't get picked in the big important game against PSG. It feels to me like that would be something... If I was Ethan Wanyeri, I'd be furious about that. Daniel, fullback always takes the throw in. Oh yeah, maybe it's that. Maybe it's a positional thing. Isaac Buxton, can I have that Liverpool shirt, please? Well, we will be doing giveaways on the channel, mate. Yes, if you follow us over on YouTube, if you get over to YouTube, we're going to be doing giveaways on the channel. So yeah, maybe. If that's the shirt you want, I'll find a way to get it to you. Assuming the channel keeps growing in the way that it has done. 24, Shiddock Boy, what is the best stadium you have been to? Not Anfield. I always thought, because I went to the Stadio Olimpico in Rome, Liverpool v Roma Champions League semi-final, I went to that one, and I always thought, you know what, that's going to be a great stadium to go to, but it's not. It's not. It looks like a big, like, concrete jungle from the outside, certainly from when you're going in the away end, and then you get in and there's obviously the big running track around the pitch. I didn't think the Stadio Olimpico was all that, to be honest, and I was a bit disappointed because I'd grown up watching, Football Italia and all that sort of thing, but it was disappointing actually. So no, I was disappointed with the Stadio Olimpico. The best stadium I've been to would probably be, I liked the Sanchez Pizjuan in Seville for Sevilla. Sevilla Stadium was very good. I also liked when we went to... hang on a second. Arsenal coming in down the left-hand side here. Corner, right, okay. Yeah, I just didn't want it to be... I didn't want to be mid-talking while we've got it. Not the Camp Nou. No, I wasn't all that impressed with the Camp Nou. But I do like my Spanish stadiums. I liked the Villamarín Betis Stadium. I liked La Rosaleda. La Rosaleda, the Malaga Stadium's quite good as well. That's a little bit concretey, but it was all right for maybe a mid-table Spanish side at the time I went. Favourite non-Liverpool stadium? Anderlecht Stadium was quite nice. And Porto Stadium was quite nice. Porto, the Estadio... Oh, hang on. Corner kick. Oh, it's cleared away. Yeah, I thought Porto Stadium was okay. I'm not sure. There's not really one that's like I'm dead. That was so good. Like, there's loads. I liked the Sanchez Pizjuan. I think that would probably be my favourite. But it's also in part because I love Sevilla as a city. Seville as a city. And it was a very good game. It was 3-3. Albeit Liverpool were 3-0 up and we threw it away in the end. But it was a great game, that one. Daniel, back to a previous topic. Drogba is clear of Lukaku. Yeah, don't disagree with that at all. Daniel, can we get an Arsenal corner kick animation? We might need one, mightn't we? Yeah, we might need one because there's been about 40 in this game so far. Arsenal stopped practicing corners as soon as Gabriel got injured. Newcastle are flying forward here. Good bit of defending there. Oh, and Saliba's just giving away. You can't tell me he's brilliant. I'm sorry. It's just so many times he makes really easy mistakes, really easy errors. Unforced errors. Arsenal resting on the ball here. They're causing their own problems. Apparently Sociedad Stadium is fire. I'd like to go to more German stadiums. Yeah, I'd like to go to more of the German stadiums. Apple user, should I be worried if I put my pants every time I watch your lives, pal? Yeah, I'd say so, Chief, yeah. FM No Casual, Saliba has a clanger in him every game and people idolise him. Pedri Lover watching Napoli today. Gran Partido. No, mate, no Napoli. We're watching Inter against Lazio. That's going to be the game after this one. As soon as this one finishes, we've already done Everton 2, Southampton 0. Then we did West Ham 1, Nottingham Forest 2. Hopefully we see Arsenal and Newcastle produce some goals in this one. And then we've got Inter against Lazio in the table-topping Serie A game. Daniel, Camp Nou was my favourite stadium tour. Not much Ronaldinho memorabilia, though, which was surprising. Ronaldinho was one of them players who had such a short peak, but at his peak, I would argue he was better than Messi, which I know is a mad statement to make. And I know there's going to be the stat noobs who come out and say, yeah, but he had all these goals and assists. Yeah, I get it. I'm talking purely about like entertainment value, fear, pure fear in the opposition. Ronaldinho was the best player at his absolute peak I think I've ever seen. 100%, bro. Messi was his apprentice. This is it. Like, honestly, I've never ever seen Ronaldinho in full flight. He was Messi, but he was a beast as well. It was like if Messi and Julio and Akinfenwa had a kid. It was like that. Pedri Lover, do you watch Argentinian League? No, but I do keep abreast of it. So Boca Juniors, I'm going to be keeping an eye on tonight. I know River Plate are playing soon in the Copa Libertadores is obviously going on as well, Copa Sudamericana. So yeah, I keep an eye on them, but I don't watch them all that much if I'm dead honest with you. Daniel, Olympic stadiums aren't usually good, but you can feel the history of the 36 Berlin Olympics there. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say German stadiums always have a particular feel to them. They always... I quite like German atmospheres, to be honest, over there. I like Germany as a country. So yeah, I'd like to go and see more of Germany, more of German stadiums, and probably watch more German football next season. We'll be doing the Bundesliga a lot more on this channel as well. Because even just the Eintracht Frankfurt against Freiburg game the other day was brilliant. 3-1. 24 shit up, boy. Germans like a beer. Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I can't say that I like a beer, but yeah, I don't mind going to the old Oktoberfest type of thing. It's not really my style. I've never drunk a beer. Always preferred, if nothing else, a whiskey. FM No Casuals Berlin is fantastic, mate. Yeah, that's it. I'd love to go and see more of Germany. Berlin, I'd like to do. My dad went to Cologne as well, and always said Cologne Cathedral was really lovely. So I'd like to maybe go and do a bit more of Germany. That's probably on my list. Essexheim, delete low blocks from the Premier League. It's so boring. Reese, a spirit is better than a beer anyway. Yeah, I'd agree. So I think so. Hey Reese, by the way, I saw you added me on X. I didn't realise you were an actor. I didn't realise you were a thespian, mate. I'm very impressed. You might be kindred spirits, you and I. I studied drama and theatre at A level. Would you believe? But it's a career in the theatre is probably not all that in line with someone with epilepsy, so it didn't really all work out. But yeah, I have 2 degrees in it. Nice, very well done. Congratulations to you, mate. Like I say, I love all that stuff. I just can't go and watch it anymore, and I can't be in it anymore. So, but I always loved it. Loved the arts. I only today discovered a book, and I didn't know about it. I only today discovered that Dostoevsky wrote a book called The Idiot. And the prologue or whatever at the back basically talks about like a middle-aged guy who has got epilepsy and whatever. I was like, Christ, this book's about me. It was wrote about 150 years before I was born. It's basically about me. This has been one of, if not the most. Look, I mean, Eddie Howe's saying, "Come on, let's keep the energy up," but it's been a pretty dull game. It's been really poor, really poor. Daniel, all of Messi's Ballon d'Or in the museum, and I got to hold the Champions League trophy, which was a dream. Nice. I've never done that. No, I've never done that. I have actually. I have. I don't know if it was probably a replica. It was the year after we won it, in 2018, 19, 20, whenever it was, Atletico Madrid Stadium, Wanda Metropolitano. And yeah, I have held the Champions League trophy, but I don't know if it's I'm sure it would have been a replica. There's no way they'd give it to all the fans that way, but whatever. Yeah. I think I've touched something that looked like it. Right, it's half time. Arsenal 0, Newcastle 0. We've had some good saves from the keepers. We've had David Raya's made maybe 2-3 excellent saves. Nick Pope's made 2 or 3 excellent saves. But if I'm dead honest, it's been a pretty dull game, this one. It's not been good. It's not been a good sort of example of what we want Premier League football at the very top level to be about. Forest and West Ham, far more entertaining. Brentford and Fulham, far more entertaining. This one, not all that much. Daniel, Signal Iduna Park is a bucket list stadium for me. I was doing a medieval no water diet and that's how I became to enjoy doing it. Right, okay. Goal Poznan, nice. I need to see how these are getting on because honestly, all my bets, I don't know where we're up to with them. But Leicester beating Ipswich 2-0 today, by the way, for those who are interested. In the Eredivisie, obviously Ajax won, they beat 20, but PSV also won at Sparta Rotterdam, which means they have won the league on the last day of the season by 1 point. That goal, that late goal by Groningen last week, what an unbelievable end to the season. 10-man Groningen last week against Ajax scored in the 100th minute it was, wasn't it? 100th minute. Bloxil scored to basically give PSV the title. What an unbelievable end to the season. Daniel, scrappy game, could easily be 0-0 come full time. Howe lied and said Botman wouldn't be fit. Did he really? Well, to be honest, I'm just thinking to myself that if we see a goal in this now, I'd be amazed. I think you're right. 0-0 is... Unless there's like they come out second half and there's complete change, then fine. But it looks, doesn't it, to all intents and purposes, like it's going to be pretty dull 0-0. Jake, still think the Toon's going to lose? Of course you are. Doubter's going to doubt. I mean, you say it like Newcastle have battered Arsenal. You've not. You've played all right. And Arsenal have played all right. But you've both been pretty... It's been pretty crap as well to watch. So, I don't know. It could be 0-0. It could be 1-0 either way. I'm not gonna stick my my neck on the line against either of these. Dylan Clark, did you see Harry Wilson's goal? I haven't, mate. I haven't. In between the West Ham Forest game and this one, there was like 3 minutes. So I haven't honestly had a look at anything. So I haven't seen any of the goals in the Leicester game or the Brentford Fulham game. Daniel, Barcelona charge you to take a picture with the trophy, though, of course. Okay, so it is actually the Champions League trophy. Amazing. Of course, bro. Barca are broke. Yeah, Barca have like dragged forward their TV money for years, haven't they, to just try and pay their bills now. But it means in years to come, they're probably not even going to be able to last. They're going to have to really, really take a step back. Jake, both sides will make tactical changes. They always do, both of them. I'm just not sure that there's going to be many goals in this. I think one goal probably decides it at best. Keepers have made some good saves. Could have been 2-2, but still feels like a dull game because it doesn't feel like there's much on this game. I know what you're saying, but it doesn't feel like there's much on it, even though Arsenal still need a point to qualify for the Champions League. And Newcastle, there's still an outside chance they don't qualify for the Champions League if they were to lose this. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe there's an element of this they're looking at and going, do you know what? A point kind of suits both teams. I wonder if there's an element of that. I wonder if Eddie Howe and Arteta have at some point maybe exchanged words and said, what do we think? Does a point suit us here? Because, for Arsenal, a point keeps them where they need to be. And they've got Southampton last day of the season, so they'll win that. They're not worried. And Newcastle, a point keeps them where they need to be. And that's probably going to be the difference between them getting Champions League football and not. And they only need then maybe a point against Everton at St James's Park on the last day. I do just wonder whether or not that'll be a factor here, that both teams, a point kind of suits them. Daniel, have you been to the Amsterdam Arena? Have I been to the Amsterdam Arena? No, not inside the Amsterdam Arena. I'd be lying if I said I went in it and watched anything or went on a tour. I've been to Amsterdam 3-4 times now, I can't remember. I've been round the Amsterdam Arena, but I've not actually been in it. So I've been past it. More of a Feyenoord fan anyway. Jake, that's fixing though. You said this about the Forest game, but said yesterday nothing of that sort happened in the Prem. That's not fixing. It's not fixing to say, does a point suit you today, Mikel? Yeah, a point suits me as well. Alright. It's not, you can't instruct the 11 players, 22 players on the pitch to go out and do whatever. It's not fixing. Behave yourself, Jake. It's just saying that a point suits him. So look, we're not gonna throw the kitchen sink at you. You don't throw the kitchen sink at us. Let's take a point. Let's make sure that we both get a 0-0, and a 0-0 would suit both of them. It was the 2016 trophy. When I went, they also sell pieces of grass from the pitch. Oh Christ, grass! Sell pieces of grass from the pitch. Goodness gracious me. Right, it's a corner to Newcastle in the first half. This is the Dan Burn chance, isn't it? Yeah. Jake, you can't do that. Billions of pounds in this league. What? To say that a point probably suits both teams and a point is what ends up happening. That's not fixing. That isn't fixing. Callum, Newcastle should be winning this, to be fair. Why should Newcastle be winning it? David Raya's made a good couple of saves. Nick Pope's made a good couple of saves. Look at that one. Great save there. Thomas Partey, header, near post. Nick Pope save. They've both done well. Daniel, 15 draws in a season is shocking though. Who's had 15 draws? Is that Arsenal or Newcastle? Who's had 15 draws? Yeah, so assuming Newcastle get a point, then they only need to match or better Villa's and Chelsea's results on the final day. If Villa and Chelsea draw or lose, that's it. Newcastle would take that. Newcastle will take a point here. Callum, you'd prefer Arsenal to win this, is crazy. Why? Why is it crazy? I don't prefer anyone to win this. I just think Arsenal will. That's all. I don't prefer Arsenal to win. Couldn't really give a monkeys. I just want to see a good game of football. The sad thing is we're not going to. Jake Curtin, Eddie Howe has more integrity than that. Do you know him well, do you? Jake? You and Eddie on good terms. First name terms. Right, Eddie, how's it going, Jake? Good to see you. He's got more integrity. 4 points we need for certainty. 2-0 goal for this. Have you seen Bruno's Sky interview? No. Why? What's he said? We're going to go for this. Oh, that must mean they're going to go for it then. You're so naive, honestly. Jake, I love you to bits, mate. I love you to bits. But just because a player says in a Sky interview that they're going to go for it, take that as read. It suits both of these to get a point. And I'm telling you, that's probably what it's going to end up now. Daniel, I can imagine quite easily why you frequented Amsterdam so many times. Love the muffins. Love the cakes. They do nice pastries in Amsterdam. I actually went, funnily enough, I went with my missus. It wasn't on our honeymoon. Where was it? It was just before we got married. Just before we got married. Went to Amsterdam. She'd never been. I did go, funnily enough though, I did go with my sales team. We hit target for the month, and I said to the director, I said, listen, lads want to go to Amsterdam. If we hit targets, can we go? And he's like, all right, go on then, fine. If you hit the target, then we can. If you hit this target, we'll pay for him to go. So we all ended up going Amsterdam for a long weekend. Me and like 9, 10 sales lads, and we were only about 24, 25. It was absolute chaos. I can't tell you some of the stuff that happened on that trip. 24 Shirot boy. No, it wasn't them. I'm not going to talk about them, but it wasn't them. I'm talking about legit muffins. Daniel, Barcelona does have the best club shop I've visited. They also charge you to take CGI pictures with the players. Did he really? 40 quid for the photo package. That's mad what clubs will try and squeeze out of you these days, isn't it? Do you want a CGI picture of you with Messi? You can do that with Grok nowadays, can't you? Know, Chat GPT, AI, you can do all that. Reese, Liverpool fans left red flares for Goodison goodbye today. They got their payback. Did they really? Oh, love that. Love that. Jake, you're putting words in my mouth. I didn't say that. I told you we need 4 points and asked if you've seen an interview. 14 minutes long, interesting interview, that's all. Okay. And what did he say in the interview? Give me the gist. Give me the back of a fag packet type of... What was it about? Estrella Damm, the beer of Barcelona, said he believes Newcastle can challenge for the title. Oh, Bruno Guimaraes thinks Newcastle can challenge for the title. Well, it must be. He's got to be right then. What do we think, chaps? Newcastle to challenge for the title next year. How likely is it? How likely is it that they challenge for the title next year? They only need maybe... What, 9 or 10 players, do we think? 9 or 10 players to challenge for the title next year. Sounds about right, doesn't it? Sam Holloway, still reckon we're going to win? Yeah, I do. I think it's going to be 1 goal in this game, and I think maybe Arsenal. Maybe. At a push. Jake, he said the same about Champions League. They laughed, we got it. Said about a cup, they laughed, we got it, comes in threes. Has he spoke about you getting relegated yet? 24 Shot Boy, have you been to the Middle East, bro? I went to the Maldives. And you have to fly. I don't suppose you don't have to, but we went to Abu Dhabi as like a stopover before we flew into Male, the capital of the Maldives. There's Jamie Vardy's send-off at Leicester. Yeah, so that's the only time, if I'm dead honest, mate, that's the only Middle East part of the world that I've really seen. Is there. Callum, I think Newcastle can go 16 games in it, then fall off. 21st, you're up, boy. Nice, bro. Daniel, Barcelona Cactus Jack shirt is being listed for sale for £1,000 resell. Cactus Jack, Barcelona. There's a Barcelona Cactus Jack shirt. £1,100. Why has it got Cactus Jack on it? As in the actual Cactus Jack? As in bang bang, that Cactus Jack. Who's Cactus Jack and why are Barcelona doing a... I don't understand who Cactus Jack is. I'm obviously far too young, old, whatever it is. Because Cactus Jack to me is Mick Foley. Travis Scott's record label. Right, okay. How did I not know that one? Thank you for educating me on that one. Now I know. That's fine. But, yeah, my immediate thought was, why is Mick Foley sponsoring Barcelona? That seems like such an odd link-up. Reese, if you finish second somehow, that's like you winning the Champions League. Listen, if they do win, and they might well finish second. If they win here and then they finish second, fair play to Newcastle. But all it would seem to confirm to me is that next season they'll finish like 7th, because they did it last time. They got top 4 and then they fell out of it. They'll do it again. Unless they get a really big summer going. Something tells me they're not going to. Saliba's being taken off for Calafiori here. Not surprised. He's been pretty crap in that first half. Spotify X Cactus Jack X Barcelona. Right, okay. Oh yeah, Spotify. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I know Spotify sponsored Barca for a while. Jake, I kind of expect that too. Still brilliant for Newcastle. Yeah, one season in the Champions League is great. Who's coming on? Anyone else? No? Calafiori. Just Calafiori. Daniel Wanyeri would make this game more exciting. I really like Wanyeri. I want to see us, Liverpool take a run at Wanyeri. Why are they doing a bloody thing on the pitch? They're doing like a little group meeting, the Arsenal players, on the pitch just before kick-off. The title's over. What are you doing? Jake, we was in the Champions League last year after finishing about Liverpool. I can see why you forgot about that. Yeah, it's mad, innit, how teams change after that. Wonder what happened to Liverpool after they finished below Newcastle. One can only imagine. Can't have gone well for them. Right, we're off. Second half. Come on, Newcastle. Travis Scott. Honestly, I don't know why I would never have known that. Ever. If you gave me £1 million and said pick out Travis Scott from a lineup, I wouldn't know who he is. Couldn't tell you. Jake shows we aren't too far behind though. Much further than you might think. Daniel's supermodel is coming on, and oh, she's fit, isn't she? Absolute stunner, her, who's just come on for Arsenal. Here's Lewis Skelly. Saka, good ball. That's really good play, and it's going to go behind for the corner. Dan Burn, well played. Callum, no Saliba. No, Saliba's been taken off. Saliba's been taken off for Calafiori. Handsome Calafiori. It's crazy though, because Spotify are just going to open a huge audience for Barcelona in the US now. Yeah, look, man, commercially, marketing-wise, it's a very smart move, isn't it, from Barca? £1,100 for a Travis Scott Barcelona shirt is mad. Right, Saka with the corner kick. Oh, I don't think this is one that the corner set piece coach would be happy with, because it's going all the way back to the goalkeeper. Unless that's all part of the plan. Long ball forward, flick on, and cleared away by Newcastle. Isak is chomping at the bit from the reserves. Come on, Lewis Skelly. Oh, hang on 1 second. Camera's gone down again. Odegaard round the edge of the area, pulls it back. It's cleared away, and Newcastle on the counter-attack here. Oh, and Arsenal win it back. Arsenal win it back. Much, much better. Right. We're working again. Gabriel makes Saliba better, which is a sign of a great player. Gabriel's been the better centre-back for the last 2 seasons, but Saliba gets more credit because he's a smoother dribbler. Yeah, there is that. And he's younger, and he's French, and he's suave, and he's got that sort of a Real Madrid look about him, hasn't he? So I think it's more a bit to do about that as well. Pedri Lover Palace, more trophies than Madrid this season. Oh, yeah. Daniel, if you watched the El Clasico, you'd know Travis Scott. He was celebrating the goals in corporate. The broadcast was almost like his personal stream. Well, that's it. It's probably just marketing, isn't it? Just marketing. Is he anything to do with the Kardashians? Have I heard that? Travis Scott. Is he with the my missus would kick off because that's all she watches. Travis Scott. Oh, yeah, okay. He was with the Kardashians for a spell. Sorry, I know that's away from football. I'm not talking about the Kardashians. It's just someone's mentioned Travis Scott and the Barcelona kit and all that. And I didn't even know who Travis Scott was. Right, it's a corner kick here to Arsenal. Yet again, another corner kick. Lewis Skelly with the shot. It's gone behind. Saliba is 24, but plays like he's 34. No skill, Aaron. What happened with Saliba? Just put the game on. If I'm honest, mate, he didn't play all that well. I actually think he's been taken off because of performance or strategy or tactics. Newcastle were giving him a torrid time. And it's not even Isak up there. He was having a pretty poor game in the first half. He gave the ball away a number of times. Corner kick here. And it's going to be it's all a bit sloppy and headed back in. Chance. Gone behind. It's going to be a corner. No, Nick Pope claims. All a bit scrappy and sloppy and all over the place, that. Ben Hughes, 4-5-3. City are better than Arsenal. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Arsenal are so painful to watch. They just give it to Saka and recycle the ball constantly. Agreed. Very, very much agreed. And Arteta, it is. The clock is ticking on Mikel Arteta, I am telling you. He will not be Arsenal manager, I think, by maybe Christmas. Maybe Christmas. I think they sign Zubamendi and they sign Gyökeres and then maybe one or two others. You know, nobody incredibly special. And they start the season, and they probably start the season with a couple of defeats or whatever, and it all just gets on top. And at that point, that's where we see Arsenal make a change, because it won't be the board. You know, the board will be happy to keep Arteta because he's not going to deliver necessarily loads of titles and trophies. I think we've reached that point with him now, where fans sort of know that. But I also think they'll start to fear the fans' protests a little bit, and that's where it'll become toxic, because the fans, Arsenal fans, have got to make a decision at some point, kind of like United fans, I guess. Arsenal fans have got to make a decision Do they still see progress here? Do they still see a project which is moving forward, or are they seeing the end of a project which has failed to reach its goal, and actually now it's regressing? Because that's what it looks like to me. I think he's been there for what, 6 years? 6 years now. I think we've seen the best Arsenal side that he can produce, and it hasn't been enough. Hasn't been enough. What do you think of Villa? I think Villa might well get Champions League football if... I think they'll beat Man United at Old Trafford, but I think it depends on the other results. The goal difference isn't all that great, is it, sadly, for Villa? So, yeah, really, really like Unai Emery. Love Morgan Rogers. Really like John McGinn. Pau Torres. Got some great players at Villa. But I do think they might struggle for Champions League football if it comes down to goal difference. Daniel, now Kanye West produces beats. Have you heard Kanye's latest songs? He doesn't care about Kanye's music. Mate, I honestly haven't. The last Kanye music that I listened to was like Flashing Lights and when his first albums came out way back when, like 15, 20 years ago. So that sort of time frame. I honestly haven't listened to anything since then. That's not a sign of anything other than I don't really... Modern music ain't my thing. I can sit here and alphabetically tell you like number ones and number twos, top 10 hits from like the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, noughties, 2010s, but anything post sort of 2015, not my era. Not my era. Ben Hughes, quite refreshing to see Arteta in a job after 5 years without a trophy, but they've improved since Wenger's latter years. Oh, absolutely, they've improved then. Hey, there you go, 1-0, Declan Rice, what a goal! Get in there, where's Jake? Where's Jake? You're winning this one, aren't you, Jake? What's going on? Newcastle are winning this, they're going to finish second. No, they're not. Declan Rice, 1-0, smashed it in from distance. What a goal. It's not just a fluke. It's not just a one-off. Those Real Madrid goals. What a finish that was. Smashed it in. He's my favourite Arsenal player. There's not many of them that I like. But I like Declan Rice. What a player. What a finish this is. 1-0 Arsenal. 1-0 Arsenal. There you go. It's a great goal. It's Anthony Gordon down the left-hand side, and he's fannying about with it, and he gives it away. It's sloppy from Anthony Gordon. He gives it to Saka. Saka pulls it back to to Odegaard, I think. Yeah, it is Odegaard, and Odegaard just lays it off to the edge of the area, and Rice wraps his foot round it, inside of the boot, curls it, always curling away from Nick Pope. Nick Pope's diving, he gets nowhere near it, inside of the post and in. Great goal, Declan Rice, 1-0 Arsenal. Have a bit of that. Have a bit of that. Daniel, I give Arteta another 12 months, but the transfer window will tell me all I need to know about the season ahead, just like it did this season. Yes, I think that's a very fair assessment, Daniel. I would agree with that. Very fair assessment. We'll see how the transfer window goes, and that'll tell you whether Arsenal are serious about competing next season, or if it's going to be another... always the bridesmaid, but never quite the bride. That sort of a night. That guy, Jack562, let's go Gunners. What a beautiful, beautiful finish, says Reese. There you go. And now, what can Newcastle do to turn this round? You have to say, again, if you're a Newcastle fan, you're asking questions about Anthony Gordon there. Anthony Gordon gets the ball. It's a poor touch, a really heavy touch, in a dangerous place. You don't give the ball away in the final third, in your own final third, your own defensive third. You don't give the ball away like that at the Emirates. It's so sloppy. It's unforgivable, that stuff. You've got to do better when you're in possession, and he's made a mistake there, Anthony Gordon. It's just compounded it by a really, really great Rice finish. Oh, that's great play there by Martinelli down the left-hand side. Stands it up. Partey. No, it's Claimed by Pope. Nice and easy. I hate Arsenal, but I've got to support them today. Here's Anthony Gordon down the other side of the pitch. Great play. Gets into the box. Chance. Pulls it back. Too easy. No, not enough bodies in the box. Far too easy that for Arsenal. This is much better. This is much, much better. We've seen already in the second half, both of these teams are... they've made some changes which you can tell have impacted the game. Maybe it's just Saliba coming off. Saliba coming off for Calafiori. Arsenal are a little bit more front foot. A little bit more front foot already. Daniel, neat feet from Saka. Yeah. I do like Bukayo Saka as well. I shouldn't have said that during the Declan Rice celebration, that he's the only Arsenal player that I like. That's not true. That isn't strictly true. I do like Bukayo Saka. Here he is. He's up against Dan Burn, who's got no chance here. He's going to skin him. Or is he going to cut inside and have a shot? You bet he is. Oh, and it's headed away. And it's going to be a throw-in to Arsenal. I think it was Fabian Schär who caught that full to the face. Saka. A Saka thunder blaster from distance. Straight to the chops of Fabian Schär, who falls backwards. But there you go, that's much better. It wasn't Schär, it was Botman. It was Botman. Eddie Howe's screaming at someone. He wants, looks like it's Kraft. Is it Emil Kraft? Kraft about to come on for Newcastle. Is it Kraft? Yeah, he's saying quickly, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Right, Kraft is about to come on for Newcastle, sorry. Looks like Botman might be about to come off. Daniel Rice has been a world-class DM for some time in my eyes, but this year I think he's reached world-class level as a complete midfielder. He has. He's had a very, very good season, Rice. Yeah, very, very good season. That guy Jack 562. How is Kiwior our better defender over Madrid targeted Saliba? Right, last half hour here. Last half hour. What do we think? There's going to be a few subs coming on. And it's going to be some young players coming on. Asula's about to come on. Lewis Miley's about to come on. As well as Kraft. So we've got 3 changes for Newcastle. Is it Kraft or is that Lewis Hall? I thought Lewis Hall was out for the season. That looks like Kraft. Is it Kraft or Lewis Hall who's coming on? That's doing my head in. I didn't see fully. Let me just have a little look, see what we're dealing with. Who's coming on here for Newcastle? It's Kraft. Right, it is Kraft. Okay, it's Kraft, Miley and Asula about to come on for Newcastle. I would assume that they'll be coming on for Botman. Oh, here's Saka coming in down the right-hand side here. Saka, shot, good save. Easy there for Pope. Very, very easy. Kraft, think you need specs, Key. I don't need specs. It just looked like Lewis Hall. They do look remarkably similar, though, in fairness. If you look at Lewis Hall, and tell me he doesn't look like a younger Emil Kraft. Of course he does. I mean, there's 10 years difference between them, but there's a little bit of similarity. I could get away with that one, surely. Right, here's Anthony Gordon up the other end of the pitch. Can he get at Ben White here? It's going to be a corner to Newcastle. That's much better from Gordon. Much, much better. Short corner from Gordon. Back to him. Well defended by Arsenal there. And Tonali puts it in. Nah, it's not good enough. Not good enough. Did you watch the Forest game? If so, what did you think? Yes, mate. Yeah, we watch. To be honest, we watch everyone on this channel. Thank you for the follow as well, by the way. We watch everyone on this channel. So if there's a live watch along, we watch it every single day. Every single day we've done a watch along on this channel for months and months and months. And yes, I watched the Forest West Ham game. I thought Forest were quite fortunate, if I'm really honest. I thought West Ham were unlucky with the decision, the VAR decision. Because it looks to me that the referee goes over to the two managers, to Graham Potter and to Nuno Santo, and says to him, listen lads, we can't distinguish on the VAR whether or not that was clearly onside, clearly offside. We can't see whose leg it is, so therefore we can't determine if the player whose leg is offside is the same player that then heads it in. With all the cameras and all the high-tech equipment we have in the Premier League, all the millions of pounds going in, we can't tell that. I think that's what he said. And therefore, he said, because of that, it looks like we're going to have to just give the decision of the on-field, the linesman and me, right, which is a goal. We gave a goal. We didn't see a clear offside, so we're going to give a goal. And I understand that, but it's a sad indictment of modern football, isn't it? It is. It's really frustrating. And I thought, in the end, I thought West Ham probably deserved a point, if I'm dead honest with you. Right, so it's a Sula, Kraft, Adam 464AD. Why does everyone forget Arsenal are a good side? There's no forgetting they're a good side. It's just been an interesting end to the season, hasn't it? Miley came on for Murphy, Asula for Wilson, Kraft for Botman. Ooh, that could be a red. That could be a red. No, you're not going to get that. It's a yellow card for Kraft, who's only been on the pitch a matter of seconds. Daniel, who would you rather see left wing for England, Gordon or Gittins? Gordon. Yeah, Gordon's great. When he's on it, Gordon's brilliant. When he's on it. Right, let me just nip the toilet very, very quickly while there's a break in play. Right, still 1-0. I've not lost anything. I've not missed anything. Let me shut the door. "24 Rock Boy, I'd rather Rashford left wing than Gordon." I saw some Arsenal fans the other day debating whether or not Rashford would be such an obvious choice for them at left wing. And I thought it was quite an interesting one because Rashford's best, I think, is better than Martinelli's best. If you can get him back to it. And if you can find a way to keep... Maybe Trossard doesn't stay, maybe... I don't know, but it feels like me that would be an upgrade for Arsenal to go and get Rashford. And to have him competing with Martinelli would be much better. Because also you could put him centre forward if you needed to change things around. It feels to me that would be a far more mobile and more attractive Arsenal side to have Rashford there. It feels a better fit. I think Rashford would love it. Rashford would yearn for the opportunity to go to Arsenal. And yeah, like I just think whether or not that fits in terms of the financial perspective, do Arsenal have 300 grand a week spare that they can pay Marcus Rashford? Probably not. But if a deal could be done, I think if Rashford is willing to sacrifice some of his salary, he'd do it for Arsenal. I don't think he'd do it for Villa, but I think he'd do it for Arsenal. Reece Crownshaw, why does Kraft look about 46? Well, I've just thought he looked like 20-year-old Lewis Hall, so there you go. Philoe, stay tuned after the game for the second place trophy lift. That's better from Rice. That's really good play from Rice. Oh, that's brilliant. Well done. Really well done, that. FM No Casuals, Lech Poznan can get... Oh, have they flopped it? Ah, don't say that. Don't say that. 24 Shirot Boy, Arsenal will not pay his wages. Arteta doesn't like egotistical players. He burned Aubameyang alive. Yeah. That's it. Again, I'm not sure he maybe fits with Arteta and that, but there is. I was speaking to a few Arsenal fans who were saying that seemed like a good option for him if they could get the deal done. Darts 180, really well done, that. What's really well done? This has just been a little bit of a... I don't know, it's got all a bit scrappy again. Ben White! Oh, just wide! Ben White's just smashed it from about 30 yards out. And it's just gone wide of Nick Pope's right-hand side. Right post. He caught that so sweet there. Oh yeah, there was inches in that. Unlucky, really unlucky, that. Declan Rice, lol, if he is really done, he's burnt Rice. Adam464, lad, is there anything worse for PGMOL than the Newcastle goal that went out and Willock crossed? Yeah, Luis Diaz against Spurs. Liverpool's Lewis. There's never been anything worse than that. There's never ever been anything worse than that, surely, where the referees agree on the pitch that it is a goal. They're talking to each other over the thing and they say, oh, it's a goal, that. Yeah, it's a goal. And still don't give it. There's nothing beating that. There's nothing ever beating that. They knew it was a goal. They agreed it was a goal and then didn't give it. Goodness gracious me. Right, Gordon down the right-hand side again. It's knocked back to him. Daniel should have cancelled Sterling and Neto's loan for Rashford. Yep, that would make sense. Sterling, certainly. Again, Sterling's not on, like, small wages, is he? Aaron compensated by giving every decision Liverpool's favour after that. Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Kieran Baines. Good to see you, Kieran. How you doing? Darts 180. VAR is broken. Henderson should have had a red card. Handball out the box. Do you know what the thing is? That decision was bad. It was bad. But the explanation was worse. The fact that they went out the way to say it was going away from goal. Every single football fan knew that was just not that wasn't a decision. It was not a decision. He said it like Haaland was running away from. Yeah, well, he was running away from goal because Henderson went like that and swiped it away. It's unforgivable, I think, to not give a red card in that circumstance as the referee. But I think what he should have done is given the red card and then allowed VAR to check it to verify whether it was inside or outside the box. It's then difficult for the referee to check, I think, to go back on. It's one of them. It's like an amber decision, isn't it? It's like an amber decision. If the referee gives it, it's probably staying as a red. If it doesn't, then they're not going to give it. They're not going to send him to the screen for the sake of it, which I know is mental because he was clearly outside the box. But I don't understand the rationale. That's why the explanation doesn't make any sense to me. James Moss, just cracked my first beer for the second half. Looking forward to the Italian game later. Yeah, well, like I say, mate, we'll be live at 7:45, or rather 7:30. 7:45 is the kickoff. 7:30 we'll be live for Inter Milan against Lazio, top of Serie A. So if you're sticking with us for that later, make sure you've liked and subscribed. Make sure you go to YouTube, search Premier League Dad, and give us a like. You'll get a better view as well if you're on TikTok. Make sure you've come over and you see the goal animations, the mic, and the better camera angle and all that sort of thing. Daniel, goal line technology not working, keeping Villa up was worse. That's true, actually. Do you know what? You're right. You are absolutely right. I apologise. Luis Diaz's goal was bad, but I forgot. I absolutely forgot about the Aston Villa goal. Was it Sheffield United, that? Sheffield United. The ball goes in, and it literally went into the net. It was in the net. It was over the line, and because they said after the game, "Oh yeah, it didn't. We didn't." The monitor that detects whether it actually crossed the line or not wasn't working. Crazy. Adam 464 AD. Chelsea playing Sterling's wages. Darts 180, they make it up as they go. FM No Casuals, am I silly backing Real Madrid and Inter? No, I think those are right. Inter just feels like it's not a particularly good... The odds aren't great, are they? The odds aren't great. That's the only thing with Inter. Ball into the box from the corner, cleared away by Arsenal. Darts 180, I'm a Pompey fan. Nice, play up Pompey. Loved watching Portsmouth growing up. Loved that Portsmouth side. And I'm talking not even just about the Portsmouth side with Johnson and Defoe and Crouch on Cranchar. I'm talking about even older than that. I'm talking about your Limvoy Primuses and your here's Newcastle chance over the bar. Yeah, Limvoy Primus and Patrick Berger, Paul Merson. I think Steve Stone was there as well then, wasn't he? Yeah. Loved Pompey. Loved Pike. I really enjoyed watching Portsmouth. Jason Tyndall has to be the most infuriating assistant ever. Chelsea forever. Pitch invasion. I was there. What pitch invasion? Pitch invasion. Right, who's this coming off? Martinelli's coming off for Havertz here. Or is it? No, I think Havertz is... No, Martinelli's staying on. Who's coming off for Havertz then? Who is it coming off? Saka. Starboy. Starboy's coming off. I can't believe that. Yeah, they sent Martinelli over to the other side. And Trossard stays on. But it's going to be Kai Havertz coming on for Bukayo Saka. Kieran Baines, I'm good. Just want the season over so Ipswich can start looking at the summer transfers. But financially, Ipswich looking good. Best position in years. Nice, okay. Yeah, well, I do think Ipswich come back up next year, mate. I do think they do. They're going to come back up next year. Be very surprised if not. But yeah, like I say, a big reminder for everyone, just while we've got a break in play, we'll be live straight after this game for Inter Milan against Lazio. 7:45pm kickoff. We'll be live about maybe 7 o'clock, so maybe 7:30 actually, because we've been live pretty much solid today already, all day, from Everton against Southampton, the big farewell to Goodison Park, the grand old lady, 2-0 to Everton. Awful performance from Southampton. Then we watched West Ham 1, Nottingham Forest 2. Again, VAR, referee, poor performance from them. And yeah, Forest somehow get the win, 2-1. I thought they were quite fortunate to in the end. Chelsea forever. I was there in Cologne. Yes, in Cologne. Sorry, I forgot to say Cologne against Kaiserslautern today, wasn't it as well? Nice. Good. Well done, mate. Love that. How are you finding it? Right, Newcastle pushing forward here. This is better. Remember, if you haven't already, get over to Premier League Dad on YouTube. Go and subscribe, go and like and follow and all that good stuff. Really appreciate all the... we're very near to 5,000 subs. We've only been going since January, but go and check us out on YouTube. We are live right now on YouTube, X, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all of them. TikTok. Ethan, Southampton today, till I die today was unlucky. It wasn't unlucky. Mate, you was really poor today, Southampton. Really, really poor. Daniel Wanyeri robbed. I know, why is Wanyeri not coming on? Why is he not putting him on? Bailey, Wembley, yes, Leyton Orient going to Wembley. We saw you the other day, mate. I thought we saw Leyton Orient, against Stockport County. And I thought that was a really, really big performance, wasn't it, in the penalties? No, absolutely deserved to go there. And you're going to be facing Charlton. What do you think about that? Finley Matthews, you watching Inter versus Lazio? Yes, Inter versus Lazio. I need to do the thumbnail because I actually thought it was playing about the same time as this. I've since found out that it's a 7:45 p.m. kickoff. So I need to do the thumbnail and then I'll be live at about 7:30 for Inter and Lazio. Yes. 7:45 p.m. kickoff. 24 Chirac boy. Wanyeri is Odegaard's replacement, bro. I told you. No, he's not. He's not. You can't. I'd be very surprised. I mean, maybe he does come on for Odegaard. You never know. But to me, I just think he's done all his good work at right wing. I can't understand why they'd be putting him there. Here's Asula. Newcastle breaking into the box. Chance. It's all the way through. Ethan, Ross Stewart was our biggest threat. Yeah, he missed a decent chance, didn't he, towards the end, Ross Stewart? Barca losing. Honestly, there's just no point. There is no point betting at this point. There's just no point. You might as well just cancel. Don't give your money to the bookies. Pope knocks it up the pitch. Havertz challenging. It's just a bit of head tennis in the midfield area now. They're not really getting the ball down and playing it. No, that's a foul and a free kick to Arsenal. Into the last 10 minutes here. Finley Matthews should have done Havertz for Trossard and Wanyeri for Saka, yeah. I really did think that we'd see Wanyeri coming on. Ethan K. Sanders debut today, right? Wanyeri is a 10. Wanyeri is not a 10. He's not a 10. Using the logic that he played in the academy at a 10 doesn't make any sense at all when we've seen so many players. Pretty much whatever position you play in the academy doesn't make any difference whatsoever as to what position you play in the first team. The vast majority of the time, people come up into the first team and play a completely different position. I'm sure wasn't Gerrard a centre-back? I think Gerrard was a centre-back. Or a right winger, I think. Carragher was a centre-forward. Andy Carroll was a right back. Harry Kane was a number 6, a CDM. Daniel, LA Derby or Inter Miami versus Orlando stream. I would love to do that one. I have got a bet on Inter Miami and Orlando, but it's a midnight game, isn't it? Kicks off at 12 o'clock. So no, I won't be doing that one. I will not be doing that one, I'm afraid. Chirac boy, Saka was a right back. Well, there you go, exactly. So you've proved your own point. If Saka's a right back, and then he comes into the team, plays right wing, and actually starts playing right wing and doing really well, then that's where they play him. Saka played a few times at right back for Arsenal, whereas I think you're talking Wanyeri, He's done all his work at right wing, hasn't he? Copper, Barca are down. Ethan Tyler Diblin was a striker. Exactly. So this nonsense that Wanyuri is a number 10. It doesn't wash with me. Tonali, oh, unlucky. Straight across the face of goal. Here's big Dan Burn. Back out to Livramento. Dan Burn into Asula. Into Willock. That guy Jack 562, you should pay attention for Santos playing today. Okay. Reece Crownshaw Saka started as a left back. I think Salah did as well. I'm sure Salah was a full back. Not sure what side, but he was a full back. Just shows you it doesn't matter. It doesn't make any difference at all what side of the pitch you are. Doesn't make any difference at all. Andre Berta, Arsenal sporting director. I wonder if they're on the same page then. I wonder if they're on the same page as to who they actually want in the summer. We've not seen Jake. Where's Jake? Why has Jake not come back into the chat? Our resident Newcastle fan who told me Newcastle were going to finish second. They're going to finish second. You watch, bro, he said. You watch. We're going to beat Arsenal in second half. You watch. Well, I'm watching. I'm a looking. And I'm a liking. Where's the Newcastle fans saying they'd win against us easily? This is it. This is it. They can give it, they can't take it. Not seen many Newcastle fans in the chat. Here's Asula down the left-hand side. It's still time yet, mind. I mean, there's still time. Newcastle could yet turn it round. Not saying anything like Arsenal have been brilliant. They've not. Right, here's Bruno Guimaraes. I can't believe we watched Bruno's interview where he said Newcastle are gonna really go for Arsenal and Newcastle are gonna win the Champions League and the Premier League next year. I can't believe we all didn't believe him. Copper, Villarreal getting too many chances. It's the end of the season. They're not bothered. They've already won the league. They don't care. SCFC 2025. I remember when David James played as a striker for Man City. Yeah, that was funny, wasn't it? That was really funny. Stuart Pearce put him on as a striker. Right, so as it stands, it's Newcastle in third on 66, Chelsea in fourth on 66, Villa in fifth on 66, and then City and Forest in sixth and seventh on 65. There's going to be a point separating 5 teams, I'm telling you. Unless City beat Bournemouth, City draw with Bournemouth, there's still only a point separating 5 teams going into the final day. When we talk about excitement, that is going to be unbelievable, that final day. Daniel, there's already friction over who should be the number 1 striker target. There you go. Yeah, I can imagine so. Andrea Berta and Mikel Arteta. Not sure if they entirely agree on who it should be. But Mikel Arteta's probably looking at the Sociedad striker, isn't he? Here's Kieran Tierney coming on for Arsenal. Reece, Kyle Walker coming on for City in goal. Yeah. I remember Kyle Walker playing in goal. Yeah, sorry, there you go, Ethan. You've just said that. Same thing. What's the goal difference between Chelsea and Newcastle? Is it close? I think it is. Yeah, 1 second. I'll get you the exact numbers as we stand. So Newcastle are plus 22. Chelsea are plus 20 as it stands. As it stands. So, Newcastle, I mean, Arsenal could do with probably adding another one in. If Arsenal added another one in, then Chelsea were to win 2-0 at Forest. I mean, I don't know. The problem is that Villa's is terrible. Villa's is plus 9. Yeah, Villa's is plus 9. Forest's is plus 13. City's is plus 24. So it might come down to goal difference. It might well come down to goal difference. And my only concern is, I think Newcastle, I really think Everton will love to go up to Newcastle and get a point off them. Because don't underestimate how much Evertonians hate Newcastle. They absolutely despise Newcastle. They hate Jordan Pickford. Newcastle for obvious reasons. And every time they go up there, there's T-Rex outfits and all sorts. Oh, that's a yellow card. No, it's not. Copper, who do you think deserves the Ballon d'Or? Mo Salah. Mo Salah deserves the Ballon d'Or. He has most goals, most assists, most goal contributions, highest number of chances created. Highest number of chances created in open play, all that sort of thing. Every metric that you care about as an attacking player, Mo Salah. He's helped Liverpool win the title, breeze to the title. He's gonna break. He's already broke the Premier League goal contributions all-time record. So yeah, for me it has to be Mo Salah. Rafinha, Dembele, they've had a bit of an up and down season. Up and down career, sorry, not an up and down. Seasons, they've had fantastic seasons. But careers, they've been a bit up and down, whereas Salah's been consistent for many, many years. He deserves it. I think we need an African Ballon d'Or winner. We've not had one for 30 years or so. So yeah, I do. I think Salah would be the one that's got... And look, I think Lamine Yamal will win a Ballon d'Or at some point, just not yet. Here's Martinelli coming forward. He gets into the box. Good tackle there. Really, really good tackle from Newcastle. Daniel, who's the biggest rat? Who's the biggest rat you'd take at Liverpool? Bernardo Silva. I'd like Bernardo Silva. And he is a rat. Or I'd have Trent back at a push. Is there only one place for Europa League? Depends. It depends. If Chelsea win the Conference League, then no. Chelsea win the Conference League, then there's more than one. But as it stands, it's going to be Palace will get the Europa League, Forest will get the Europa League, Palace, as it stands, the table, City would get Europa League, Palace would get Europa League, Forest would get Conference League, and then if Chelsea win the Europa Conference League final against Betis, then Brentford would get a Europa League place as well. Or rather, Forest would. Forest would get a Europa League place and Brentford would get a Conference League place. Daniel, is there only one place? Sorry, they hate to see non-Latino players winning. Piers Morgan. Chai? I don't know what that means. Mo Salah shouldn't get it. I think Dembele if PSG win the Champions League. Then you're just basing it off one season. There's been other seasons where Dembele has not been all that good. And this is the thing with Dembele. As good a player as he is, if next season he only ended up winning... Or if next season he only ended up scoring 10 goals and had like a pretty average season, it wouldn't be a surprise. It also wouldn't be a surprise if it happened with Rafinha. It would be a massive surprise with Mo Salah. He's been Mr. Consistent. Daniel Tierney has been a good servant. Shame about his injuries. He's off to Celtic. Okay. Jake, I've had a horrible dream that Arsenal final scored a goal against the Toon after 52 shots. No skill, Aaron. They ain't dropping at points at St James's, unfortunately. Why not? They've done it at St James's loads of times. They got beat by Fulham there. They got beat by Bournemouth there. They've got beat at St James's Park a number of times. Newcastle don't get beat at home, especially by the Merseyside Mackhams. You got battered by Bournemouth. And that's just off the top of my head. Battered off Bournemouth, beat by Fulham. Of course you get beat at home. Of course you get beat at home. Daniel Tierney has been good. Forest make Champions League. Chris Wood should get Ballon d'Or. I thought Omar Marmoush would be insane. He's extremely disappointing. There's still time for Marmoush. Still time. Caleb, United or Spurs in the final, Prem Dad? Obviously Spurs. Spurs will win it. Spurs will win it. Yeah, Spurs will win it. Why not? You say not by Everton, though. Everton went and beat Fulham at Craven Cottage. Everton went and beat Fulham at Craven Cottage. They're not exactly a poor team on the road, Everton, you know. Newcastle's home form also isn't, you know, absolutely brilliant either. It's not as good as Villa's or City's or Liverpool's or... Yeah, I just think... Yeah. Everton are certainly capable of going up there and getting a point. They don't need to be beat, but they could certainly get a point. And a point's pretty much all they need anyway, isn't it? Yo, Virgil van Dijk 469, how's it going? SCFC, Mason Greenwood has got 26 goals and assists, and Dembele's got 27 goals and assists, but Greenwood isn't winning Ballon d'Or. I don't know how true that is or accurate that is, but if that's the case, then yeah, that's absolutely insane. If indeed that is the case. You got me questioning that now. Let me double check. Oh my God, that is actually true as well. That is actually... How are people claiming that Dembele's got to win the Ballon d'Or when he's got 27 goals and assists and Greenwood's got 26 goals and assists? That's just done it for me. If anyone says that Dembele deserves Ballon d'Or, I am wiping the floor with you. That is absolute nonsense. Makes 0 sense. Absolute 0 sense. He's got one more friggin' assist than Mason Greenwood this season. One more. You have got to be having a laugh. You have got to be having a laugh if you're claiming that Dembele's got to win the Ballon d'Or. Absolute no chance. And Arsenal are away here. Arsenal are away here if they get this right. Martinelli. Oh, just didn't quite get it right. Final 5-10 seconds. Lay it off. What are you doing? Oh, it's going to be Newcastle coming up the other end. I think this might be it now. I think this could be it. Might be last chance here. Arsenal 1, Newcastle 0. We're past the 5 minutes of added on time. Ball into the box from Gordon. Gets around the edge of the area. Pulls it back. Still got it, Anthony Gordon. It's going to be a free kick, is it? Is it going to be a free kick? It is. It's going to be a free kick. No, it's not. He's letting him play on. Newcastle are going to knock it into the box long. It's come all the way through to the other side. Who's picked it up? Bruno Guimaraes. Oh, he's claimed a penalty. He claimed a penalty, but I don't think he's going to get it. And that might be that. That might be it. Surely that's it. Nick Pope's going to launch it forward. And Raya's come all the way out and claimed it. No, he's not. He's punched it away. Now Arsenal go forward. Now Martinelli. Oh, he's going to take it to the corner. He's going to take it to the corner. Daniel Wanyeri robbed again. Newcastle, they knock it in. How is it? We're on 96.5 minutes here. Willock. It's gone behind. It's going to be a corner. The ref's still playing on. At what point did he blow up here, this referee? This referee is saying... Rice is turning and saying to the ref, come on, what are you doing? Here's Nick Pope here. He's come forward. Nick Pope has come forward. It's going to be a corner to Newcastle here. It's a corner to Newcastle here. 96.5 minutes on the clock. 96.5 minutes on the clock. Corner to Newcastle. Last chance of the game. Nick Pope is in the area. And they've put everyone on the goalkeeper here. It's got to be a good ball. Ball in. And it's claimed. That's it. David Raya claims it. And that should be that. That should be that. Dan Burn, there's a scrap going on here. Dan Burn might be getting a red here. Get him off. Get him off. Get him off. Send him off. Oh, hey, he headbutted him then. He headbutted him then. That's a red. That's a red. That is a red. That is an absolute red. Dan Greenwood, Arsenal time wasted about 4 of the 5 minutes. Caleb, have you done your predicted lineup for the final yet? Please tell me what you think it'll be. I will do it, mate. I'll do a video on it today. No, not today. Won't be today. I'll do a video on it tomorrow. You have my word. 24 shot boy. Dan Burn can't punch with 3 fingers. He's still playing on. Mate, just blow up. That's it. Arsenal 1, Newcastle 0. Jamie, what happened? It was the last chance of the game, Jamie. It was a corner to Newcastle. Corner comes in. Nick Pope was in the box. Everyone, Newcastle had sent everyone forward. It kind of like spun up in the air, and then it's David Raya's come out and claimed it. And there's been a bit of a fall over. A few players have like fallen down in the midst of him catching the ball, and then all of a sudden Dan Burns like sort of wrestling with an Arsenal player. All the Arsenal players and the Newcastle players rush in, and it looked like Dan Burn kind of threw his head forward. There's going to be a check on something. I don't think there's going to be a red card. Not that it particularly matters either, but there's maybe something going on. I don't know what. What's the ref saying here? Right, nothing. Nothing and it's done. Yeah, there you go. He's blown up. He's blown up. He's blown up. It's 1-0 Arsenal. It's finished. It's finito Benito, as they say. Arsenal 1, Newcastle 0. Newcastle throwing away their chances of getting in the top 4. It's looking like more and more they could bottle it. They could bottle it, the Geordies. They could bottle it. I wonder, could they bottle it? Going into the final day, and I've told you, it's going to be absolute chaos that final day. We're going to be live for it. Nottingham Forest against Chelsea is the game that we're going to do, because it might be a straight playoff between those two to see who gets Champions League football. It's going to be Newcastle on 66 points, Villa on 66 points, Chelsea on 66 points, Forest on 65 points, and City on 65 points, who currently have a game in hand. City play Bournemouth in a couple of days' time, so we're going to keep an eye on all that. But as it stands, it's going to be those 5 teams separated by 1 point. 1 point. Those 5. And of those 5, only 3 can get Champions League football. Who is it going to be? I really, really think we don't know yet. We don't really have an inkling, because all 5 of them, are quite capable of throwing it away, aren't they? They're all capable of throwing it away. Reese, Newcastle fans have disappeared. Daniel skipped the Ballon d'Or this year. No one deserves it. Kieran, if the Premier League stay as it is, Crystal Palace versus Man City in the Europa League final. Just imagine. I can't see it, but it's a possibility. 24 Shirot boy, come on you Gunners. Newcastle fans applauding the efforts of the players there, but it's a disappointing result for Newcastle, and they now have Everton at St James's Park on the final day, and it's not going to be an easy game. That Everton bloody hate Newcastle. They absolutely hate them. They'll go there and they will absolutely go for it. They will go for it. Jordan Pickford won't lie down. He's a Mackham. He's a Sunderland fan. He'll want to give it where it hurts to those Newcastle players. And Everton against Newcastle, final day. I wonder. Tomorrow night, it's Brighton against Liverpool. On Tuesday, it's Manchester City against Bournemouth. They're the games that we're going to be doing over the next couple of nights. But we have got one more game for you tonight. We've got one more game on this channel. We're going to be doing Inter Milan against Lazio. Big game at the top of Serie A. Inter Milan in second. 1 point behind Napoli, who also play tonight against Parma. And Lazio in fifth, fighting for that last 4th Champions League place. So big game for both teams. We'll be live at around 7:30 tonight for that one. If you want to follow, make sure you get over to YouTube. Click like and subscribe. Make sure you follow on TikTok too. But yeah, get over to YouTube. We're going to be live. We've got a bit more of a professional setup over there. Camera, audio, scoreboard, clock, all that sort of thing. So if you want to do a watch along tonight with us, and you like watching football, no channel gives you more watch alongs than this one. We've done more watch-alongs than Mark Goldbridge, more watch-alongs than anyone else combined. We're absolutely flying. We do all the best watch-alongs on this channel. So yeah, make sure you give us a follow, Premier League Dad on YouTube. And we'll be back at 7:30, Ben. 7:30. So I'm going to go and give myself an hour to just recuperate and recover from the 3 games that we've already seen today, back to back. And I'll see you all in about an hour's time. Take it easy.